Date February 5th. Gabby. Date February 5th. Gabriella. So I got this new this is my first entry. Kind of weird, but I got this new journal from my parents. They told me that I should document the things in my life to try to, maybe get some control over the direction of things, or figure out where I'm going, or I don't know, some semblance, some semblance of normality, I suppose. This is weird. This is weird. I'm writing to myself. All right, just relax. What am I supposed to do in a journal? Well, I think I'm getting depression. Not really something that's awesome, but I guess that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I don't know. Every day is just tough. I mean, the real world is not as not as forgiving as I thought it was gonna be when I was younger. Like, when you're a kid, the only thing you want to do is grow up. You're just every birthday is exciting. It's a celebration of getting a year closer to being awesome, to getting that freedom that you get when you become an adult. And then you become an adult and you realize that it was all a lie. And it's not like you weren't warned. It's just that you couldn't comprehend it at that moment, and so you just ignored it. You pretended like, oh, you don't understand, you're already an adult. But adults have been telling us for years, we don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing. Enjoy your childhood. And I think that was the biggest one that I ignored as I was trying so hard to become something more than what I am, or what I was at that time. And now here I am, an adult with a full-time job, a pretty decent apartment, and I feel like garbage. My friend is sick, and I don't know what to do. I'm just worried all the time, stressed in my head, and there's nothing that I can do about it. Absolutely nothing. It just doesn't make any sense. Is this what adulthood is supposed to be? Endless stress, endless anxiety, endless sadness, and no way out. Every time I'm around people, I feel so alone. I know they love me, I know they care about me, and yet I feel like I have no one. We come into this world alone, and sometimes it feels like we stay alone, even though we interact with people the entire time we're here. I just don't get it. Now, onto my job. Oh, when I'm working, I'm just not in love with it. When I was in school, coming up and studying in my major, it felt wonderful. It felt so exciting. Everything was new. Everything was just, I don't know. It just felt great because I was in control. It was my choice. I wasn't relying on anybody else except for my own smarts and learning about different topics and subjects and how they interacted and how they worked with each other to create this final result. And that was awesome. That was so exciting. That was school. As soon as I joined the real world, I realized I had to make certain moves in order to make sure that my career would advance, in order to make sure that I would be able to afford the luxuries of life that I don't even get to enjoy. I pay for an apartment that I see once or twice a day. I see it when I wake up in the morning, and I see it when I get home from work, when it's already dark and I need to go to bed. I'm literally working my butt off for a place that I barely get to even enjoy. I have a lease on this car outside, and all I do is I drive it to and from work. Maybe once in a while on a weekend I'll grab some friends and we'll go to the beach, but other than that, other than that, there's just, it just feels like nothing. I'm just paying to live. I'm working to live, and I'm living to work. And nobody told me it was going to be like this. That's a lie. Like I said, everybody told me it was going to be like this, but I wasn't ready to hear it. Do you guys have that? Does everybody have that? Does everybody go through stages where they're just not able to hear the truth or the things that they're supposed to hear, and so then they just go about their daily lives and just do those things over and over again until something clicks, something happens, and they realize, oh wait, I'm not supposed to be here. This isn't supposed to be like this. Or is it just me? I hope it's not just me. That'd be creepy. That'd be annoying. But it can't be, because I'm in a pretty good position, I suppose, well, socially standing. According to other people, Gabriella is a genius, and she's very hardworking and very self-motivated. Wow, congratulations, Gabriella. She's also clinically depressed and has anxiety about everything, can barely leave the house unless she's going to work and going back home, jumps at everything, and feels absolutely awful about herself. Self-love was not a thing that was taught in schools, and it was taught in the workplace, and it's barely taught in life. My life looks great on paper. My life looks great on the internet, but it doesn't feel great to me. And I wonder if people see this. I was going to save this for, I wasn't going to write this down because I feel like, if you write down certain things, you make them real, but I'm just so weirded out by this. I've been noticing things like, I don't know, everything is just getting weirder and weirder, and I'm noticing stuff around me that just isn't normal, I suppose. Like, come on. How much can one girl go through before she just breaks down completely? Like, everything was just combining at the same time. Troubles in paradise, of course. Relationships are going terribly. Having problems with my family that I've come close to mending, but it just doesn't feel right. I feel like I'm being bullied a little bit, but that can't be. They're not trying to, but it's like there's always something to be mad about. My siblings are pushing away and I can't get close to them, and I don't know what to do about that. My friendships are failing because I'm always working. And now my friend is sick, and it's like the world is conspiring against me. I'm just trying to get by, but it's like there's just this mess, this crazy emotional roller coaster going on in my brain, and I don't know how to get out of it. And another weird thing that I noticed is just there's like this sound when people look at me. I know. Gabby, you sound crazy. Well, luckily, nobody can read this but me. Or maybe future me in the future. Or, I don't know, maybe some random dude that manages to get a hold of my journal and then reads it to the internet. Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen. But when people look at me, I can swear to you that I hear like a shudder sound of some sort. I don't know. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, think about this, right? In history, people were deathly afraid of cameras. They're afraid of photos because they felt like they would trap your soul, right? And so if you relate that to a human being, well, what was the first camera? What was the first thing that could record a human? Well, your eyes, right? You still with me? So then the human eye is like a camera. And so it makes sense that a camera would have a shutter, right? Well, I mean, I suppose the human eye doesn't need a shutter because that's why it's a human eye. And I mean, I suppose animals also can see you, and they also don't have shutters on their eyes. Anyway, listen, this is what I've been hearing, and it's weird, and I feel like I'm kind of losing it. Um, and I really, really don't know what to do. Maybe I'm just losing it. You know what? You know what I think it is? I'm probably really stressed out. You know, life has not been going so well. Honestly, ever since my friend got sick, I've just been really, really losing it. And so maybe all I need to do is take a break and go on a vacation, possibly. I've been saving up the days, so I could probably take a vacation and get away from all of this. Maybe I should treat this journal as a sort of mini vacation for my mind. You know, I can write everything down and then get it off of my chest so that I'm not freaking out throughout the day all the time and worrying and stressing and being emotional and being upset all the time. I just think that I need to get away from that, you know? Yeah. This still feels absolutely crazy though, writing to myself, but I guess I'll get used to it after this first journal entry. But I don't know. I don't know. I didn't even plan to write this much in here, and I guess I was I really had a lot more on my chest than I thought. I suppose even when you're not getting along with your family, they still know you best, or at least my family does. I have a couple friends who have gone through some things and seen some things and had some emotional moments with their families, and I understand that sometimes your found family is more important or more powerful than the one you were born into, especially if those people don't care for you or love you or want you. A found family can be just as important, and that's something that I actually had to tell a friend. And that's actually something that a friend had to tell me, because I was thinking, like, the old saying, blood is thicker than water. And that's how I felt about everything. I felt like, yeah, these are family, 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 and they have to come first before anybody else. And that's just how the cookie crumbles. But then when my other friend got sick, this is why the conversation came up. When my friend got sick, I was so worried and in so much pain, and I felt like it wasn't fair because their family was the ones that should be feeling this. Why am I? This isn't my blood. Why do I feel so worried and so afraid and so angry? And then my friend told me that, well, that's because your friend is your found family. You've created a family with this person, and now they are just as important to you as any blood family could be, if not more, because you chose them rather than being just born. I guess it makes sense. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. But anyways, I guess. But anyways, I have written a lot, and my hands are cramping because I'm not used to this. I use a keyboard like a civilized person, but now suddenly my parents have got me scribbling away in a book. Oh gosh. Anyways, I hope nobody sees this. Should I take the pages out and burn them after I've written it? Do people do that? I think I saw that in a movie once. That sounds a little bit dramatic. Anyways, time to end this first journal entry. It was slightly cathartic, I suppose. Pretty good. I should get a safe or something and put this in there so that, because yeah, the idea of some random dude reading this to the internet in the future is kind of worrying me. I really don't want that to happen. I don't need people to see inside my brain like this. Anyways, it was good writing, Gabby. It was nice hearing from you, Gabby. Thanks, Gabby. And now it's time to end this journal for now. I guess tomorrow I'll write it. I don't know. We'll see about that. Anyways, love of me to me.